I don't. But a friend of mine, him and her, got it on. Woo-wee!
You can't talk like that anymore, man.
That's assault, brother. So what's up, man?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
Just, doing the tower dive thing.
Just the tower dive thing?
That's all I do. No, it's not. That's a lie.
Hooks and pan?
Hooks and pan, out of the game.
Pan and hook?
Hooks and pan, out of the game.
Whoop, there it is.
That might be dating.
Tag
that might be
team.
dating in a bit
Yeah.
for our audience.
Please, I'm like 100 years old in League of Legends time.
In League, oh my God! Then yeah, seriously, I'm like Father Time. I am literally Father Time.
Got ashy ass elbows and just droopy balls.
What you need is some pair of pants. What you need is some trousers and some chapstick, you ashy motherfucker. Oh God. So yeah, here it is, man. So what was this? This was week 3, wasn't it? Right?
Week 3
in the
Killing it.
in the LCS. I'm surprised but not surprised.
What, that it's still going?
Well, yes, League of Legends is still a game.
Who would have thought?
No, I mean I'm surprised but not surprised of the breakdown, I guess, of who's on the haves and the have-nots, we'll call it.
I'm a little surprised as well.
I think if we look back to the first episode of this season, I think we talked about, at least I gave who my top 3 were.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm pretty close.
I think you're right.
I think I'm there.
Although you said Liquid would be at the top.
Technically, they're tied for first. The only reason they're not in first place is because E comes before T.
Technically, they're in third.
Forever fourth.
Forever fourth. Almost there, baby. Living the dream.
They're like literally right above the dream.
Almost there. They have a long season though. They got plenty of time to hit that sweet spot.
Plenty of time to blow it.
Slide into that sweet number 4.
Sweet fourth place, where currently 100 Thieves lives, which I like them.
Yeah.
I tell you, I enjoy them.
They play good.
Something about them. Maybe it's because I like Afromu.
It's Afromu and Meteos.
That's not why I like them. I think I like them because of Afromu. I know Meteos is on the team.
I like Meteos. I think he's hilarious to watch.
He's kind of a butthead. He's
a clown.
He's a bit of a clown fiesta to bring back an
You put a bigger mouth on him and you get Meteos' ego. It's like this close to being a reality.
We're skating the edge of reality.
Yeah.
And then, the bottom of the barrel, once you get past the TSMs and the CLGs, you have your Clutch Gaming, not really surprised. Your FlyQuest, not really surprised. And then Optic and Golden Guardians rounding out the cellar of League of Legends LCS.
I'm a little surprised about Optic.
I'm not,
honestly.
I kind of didn't expect them. They
have a pretty well-run organization.
Yeah,
I think that's why I'm a little surprised.
I feel like their team was put together at like the last minute, kind of.
Well, that's how every new League of Legends team gets put together. It's always last minute.
Right. Nobody learns
because no one's allowed to talk to each other.
I will say this: it was probably a good idea by Riot to have who is it? That team that we didn't like. Now I forget
Immortals?
the stupid name. Immortals, thank you. I'm like, all I kept thinking was Elements. Immortals.
Let's say there's a lot of teams we didn't
I know,
like.
the list is long and distinguished. Nothing?
Oh, was that a setup?
Yeah, dude. That was a total setup. I said it was long and distinguished, and that was your chance to say, like my Johnson.
Oh. I don't know if I can describe my Johnson as distinguished. Honestly.
I mean, now you can't.
No, I don't think I could before either.
You've blown it.
I think even with the joke, everyone would know that I would be lying to myself.
And I gave you another opportunity. We were talking about long and distinguished Johnsons, and I said you blew it. I'm feeding you. It's like,
look, man,
I'm a pitching machine, and I'm feeding you slow meatballs, and you're just missing them.
I'm trying to keep it clean. Trying to keep it clean for the kids.
I have no idea why you would ever do that. We haven't,
because heads are rolling. Heads are rolling,
and heads will
due
roll.
to loose lips.
They sink ships apparently.
They sink ships,
as I have heard.
They do.
So
you got to be careful.
So let's do a little reactions.
Okay.
Because this past week, before even the game started, before things started.
Sorry.
What is that?
I was reacting.
To what?
Reactions.
But what kind of, what was that, an allergic
Well, first
reaction?
I was like surprised, and then I was scared.
Oh.
And then I was also scared again. I'm not really sure.
I thought you were having an allergic reaction. I don't know what that was.
That's why my acting portfolio reel was denied.
It makes sense.
Return from Paramount.
It makes sense.
And Miramax.
And they said, never call us again. So anyway, reactions. At the beginning of this week, I guess the beginning of last week, before any of the games started, the Golden Guardians, now they're the team that's run by or partially owned by the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Their head coach was the esteemed Loco Doco.
Mm-hmm.
So the team is 0-4 after week 2.
Mm-hmm.
Going into week 3, canned him. Fired.
Shit canned him.
He is now an ex-coach. Initial reactions were the team was bad. They're trying to shake things up. It's early in the season. They want to try and salvage what they can. Okay, I've seen it happen in other sports. You fire the coach because you're not going to fire the players.
Mm-hmm.
Get that. But a few days later, shit comes out. So apparently, and again, this hasn't been verified, at least by Loco, because on Twitter, he had said he's going to clear things up because what's being said isn't entirely the truth. Now, I don't believe he's actually done that yet, but I guess coming up with an elaborate lie probably takes time.
Nothing is better than when an esports personality tweets that they're going to, quote, clear things up.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of my favorites. I can't wait to hear this brilliant work of fiction. So anyway, he was fired because apparently an inappropriate comment was made to a female writer working on their esports team. Now, no one knows what was said. No one, what the severity of it is, but according to the Golden Gladiators, they have a zero tolerance policy for things of that nature, and that was it. They terminated him. We're done. Thank you and good night.
Can I stop you right there?
Please do so.
Direct quotes from Loco Doco's Twitter. Been wanting to stay off Twitter during the chaos. Just heard about the ESPN report. Before things get too crazy, don't take things you guys hear at face value. I'll clear things up.
Right, that was what I was referencing. I forgot exact verbatim of the tweet, but yes, that was the tweet that I was referencing.
Also, he says, also to everyone that's reached out, sorry if I haven't got back to you yet. Staying off Skype and Twitter for a while. I'm doing fine. Just need to work out everything. Right.
Like I said, coming up with an elaborate lie for this situation takes time. No one expects you to come off, have it right off the cuff. You're not a groundling.
Mm-hmm.
You're
not a groundling.
You're not well versed in the art of improv, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't have Target Lady coming off the dome.
No, you need to work on that. You need to take time. Bounce the ideas off your friends. Does this sound believable?
How's this sound?
So, but you're on that Twitter feed. If you go down and actually had read some of it, which don't, just tell you, just don't. But some of the responses to it, like the people that are, I guess, defending him, which fine. Listen, I don't know him personally. I have no quarrels with him, good or bad, whatever. He's just Loco Doco, whatever. But his defenders are like, oh, he definitely just said something like, I think you're beautiful, and in this day and age, you can't say that to girls, so they fired him.
Whoa. If you're in a workplace, you can't say that to girls. That's like
right, but what
not okay.
Sure, but what I think is,
it hasn't been okay since like 59.
But I feel
we're not admin here, all right? No one's drinking scotch in their corner windowed office.
Listen, I had a couple of people. I had a couple of people that were probably doing that.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is it appropriate? No. But I feel like if that's the only thing you said, you wouldn't have been fired for it immediately. I feel like you might have been warned. You might have been suspended. But I feel like you wouldn't have been fired. So I like to think that it was slightly more than just that.
He probably did something else, or it was habitual. Like
Yeah.
he was consistently harassing someone.
Locodoco also has a history of saying really inappropriate things, not just mildly inappropriate things. He's also the guy who said that he was gonna snort cocaine off of what's his name's dick.
I want to say Jaedong.
Yes, you're correct. That's exactly who it is. 100% correct. I watched the video when people were linking it because the people who were like, this is just vintage Locodoco if that's what he got in trouble for.
I want to do cocaine off your erect penis.
Yeah, off of his erect penis. Or if Loco is saying it, off of his erect penis.
Yeah. Sick burn.
Right. No, that's sick burn. That's just accurately what he sounds like. I mean, whatever you want to say. But, so, I mean, what is your reaction to this?
He's a gross person. He probably did something gross. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think it's very black and white. You're like, okay, this is dumb. You said some dumb shit. You're fired.
Yeah. My initial reaction is, why would you ever say anything inappropriate to a rioter?
Right. Like of all the people you're going to talk to and say something inappropriate to, that's the worst. You originally thought that it was someone in the Golden Gladiators organization.
Yeah, I figured it was someone on staff, like it was a manager.
Barb in accounting.
Yeah, so someone, Barb, was like handing him his check, his pay stub for the week, and he was like, "Damn, Barb, let me just get with that." And then she slapped him in his face.
She starts walking away, and he's like, let me stop for a second. Let me just take all of that in real fast. I'm just taking you in. I'm taking you in.
He's all like, hate to see you go, Barb.
Love to
watch you leave.
Yeah. And then she slugged him.
Right in the fucking jaw.
Right in his fucking mouth.
And then I hope Medio Sadigo shows up and goes, damn.
Damn. Or like Terry Tate, office linebacker, sticks his head around and he's like, damn. What's up, y'all? Damn.
And then she went straight down to HR.
Right.
And filed a performance report.
Filed a total complaint with HR. Immediate reaction. Fired.
Now that a few details have come out and that he's said this to a rioter, what I assume is that Loco probably assumed he had a relationship, not like a intimate relationship with this person, but he probably thought they were friends. And they were just like...
Thought that they were cool enough to say something like that, and he said something super inappropriate. And
Let me slide my dick in there.
Yeah, and the girl was like, no. Not even a little bit.
By the way, I have to make a phone call.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Bye.
You stay right here. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back, like 2 and 2.
I don't know. I never understand these people because it's so easy to not be gross in a professional environment.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing too with esports as a whole. You know, it's still an evolving, workplace.
Man, I disagree with that. I think the workplace is evolved. I think the people in it, are still catching up.
Right, but that's more of what I mean. Like, it's an evolving workplace. I mean, all of the people who are have been part of it for a long time haven't grown up yet. You know,
I kind of feel like what we need, I don't know if it's in this country or just in general, an ethics committee. What we need is instead of mandatory military time, we need mandatory office space time where everybody has to work in an office 9 to 5 in a cubicle.
Understand
and get along with their coworkers who they do not like.
Not even that. I think that's a lot of this situation is. A lot of these teams do have personality conflicts, and I don't think it's that. I think more or less that people playing, coaching, that are part of these organizations need to understand that these organizations are a business. They are a workplace. They are a place of employment. It's not just, oh man, me and 4 of my friends created a team and we're going to play League of Legends and now we're really good. And then some organization decided to throw a few $1,000s at us to sponsor
Not
us.
even an organization, some guy with a trust fund.
Right, exactly.
Like, I want to start an esports team.
Right, exactly. It's not that anymore, and they're trying to distance themselves from that. And that was the whole franchising model to start, was to distance themselves from the, kind of shady business practices that were going on with many, 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 many of the teams that they allowed in and trusted. Now that they have a system in place. I think a lot of these players, teams, organizations need to have a mandatory sensitivity training.
One of the response tweets to Loco Docos, I'm going to clear this up, is this is my favorite one so far. The Ethereum.
Yes, I've seen that one.
That's a winner.
Yeah.
Good job, Megabyte.
Good job at Megabyte. But yeah, so I think some kind of sensitivity training. Is
that what we're going to have to do now? We're going to have to put all of these 19-year-olds through a standard HR sexual harassment training video?
Does it sound... It sounds ridiculous, but I don't think it's that ridiculous. I don't think it's that ridiculous. I think
the tableau is ridiculous. I think if you see all these guys in their esports hoodies in a Riot office, and I hope it's like on VHS, and I hope it's on like an old tube set.
Oh, absolutely. It's got to be. I feel like you have to do that just because.
Yeah. And it's like all crackly. And it's like,
yeah. Yeah, it's like you have to do the tracking.
The office, workplace, and you.
That's like, Meteos walking in a door, and it's like, but it's the girl's room, and a girl is changing. No. Something like that.
Shut it down.
Yeah. Situation. You see a girl that you find attractive at the office. Should you, A, tell her you think she's beautiful? Hey, honey, I think you are slamming. Wrong. Inter-office relationships are frowned upon.
Though not strictly prohibited.
But if you do find yourself involved with a coworker, please remain professional while at work. And if things don't go well, try to remain professional afterwards. This is a business place, after all.
And then Meteos gives a big thumbs up to the camera.
Some shit like that, yeah.
It's perfect.
Thanks, HR. So yeah, obviously Loco didn't get to see that video.
No, he did not. He missed that day.
And there's a good chance that because of this,
he called in thick.
His career as a coach in America might be sunk.
I mean, it was pretty precarious before.
That's what I'm saying. But he still was respected as a player who knew things.
Right.
Because he was at some point in his career a good player.
Right. He had made a name for himself.
Yeah, exactly. He's a name. But now this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, now that Ed Helms is coaching a team.
Now that Ed Helms is coaching a team, there's chance for us all. So, yes, it's just kind of a weird little... I thought that was an odd little tidbit to start the week off. Like, that kicked off week 3.
Yeah, that was not a happy Monday.
Not a happy Monday. ESPN jumped all over it. Very interesting. But
I always find it hilarious when I see an esports article on ESPN.
Well, Jacob Wolf works for ESPN.
Yes, I know. It's just the juxtaposition.
Oh, it's
strange.
It's amazing, yeah, that they're on board all the way with ESPN when with esports rather. When a few years ago they were the ones making fun of it, like it's just gaming. It's just a video game. Why are people watching other people play a game, bro? You just explained every sporting event on television that's ever existed in history.
Yeah.
But they're just but they're playing the game. Oh, I'm sorry. When I watched the Super Bowl, was I involved in it? I don't recall.
Were the players not playing the game?
I don't recall. I'm watching people, especially when you see people on the sidelines, watching other people play a game.
In like 0 degree weather.
Well, no, actually they were in a dome, so it was 72 degrees.
Oh, was it in a dome?
Yeah.
That's nice.
They rarely play the football game, not the Super Bowl rather, outdoors if they're playing in like Minnesota. That's why most Super Bowls when they're outdoors are in Florida or Arizona, warm states.
Objectively looking at it now, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Although they did have it that one year, a couple years ago in New York.
Oh yeah, at the Jet Stadium, right?
First of all, it's the Meadowlands. Second of all, it'd never be called the Jet Stadium.
It's not the Jet. It was a Giant.
It was Giant. It was called Giant Stadium before.
Sorry.
Now it's just the Meadowlands, but no one would ever call it Jet Stadium because.
Do the Jets play there?
The Jets do play there.
So it's the Jet Stadium.
No, the Giants always played there first. It was Giant Stadium or the Meadowlands. It's like the Meadowlands also starring the Jets. It's like Giant Stadium,
whatever.
the Meadowlands.
Look, it's just a stupid game, all right?
All of these are just stupid games. But yeah, so when people are like, oh, it's just a game. You're watching people play a game. Congratulations. You've explained sports to me. You've explained viewing sports. Good job.
I saw a thread today that I found really interesting and relatable on Reddit, which is very strange.
You found
for me.
something interesting on Reddit?
Yeah, on the League of Legends subreddit. Not necessarily interesting, but relatable.
Oh, okay.
It was a guy asking Reddit, do you ever fall asleep while watching the LCS?
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Consistently so.
I have.
Yeah.
I have. Well, it's because
I had
there's
a
nothing,
summer when there's nothing going on sometimes,
well,
for one.
Right. There's also nothing really, I mean, outside of the games themselves, there are lulls, major lulls, and also the announcers sometimes aren't particularly exciting.
Sometimes there are boring games.
Yeah. I mean, did you hear
happens.
about that Korean game that was 94 minutes?
I would have quit.
I would have fucking killed myself on stage. Just ended it. Just fucking seppuku right there. Stab myself in the chest. I'm done. Done.
Slice the wrists. Walk off stage with your hands above your head.
Pass out into the audience like some sort of a corpse monster. Just
Jesus Christ.
94 minutes. 94 minutes. Can you imagine being the team that loses that game? It's like I just wasted an hour and
a day,
an hour and a half of my life in one game.
My whole day.
Yeah.
I was gonna go out with my girl. I was gonna get some lunch.
Whoa, back up. I mean, I thought you meant. Oh, you mean as a viewer?
No, as a player.
Oh, as a player, you're not going out with your girl. Don't worry about that.
Why not?
Because they don't have girls.
They get girls.
Did you see the? Did you?
Korean LCK players, man?
Okay,
they're popping off.
Okay, they get girls.
Yeah. Not me personally.
American LCS players don't.
Except for Sneaky.
Does he though? Because he dresses like a maid.
He's too cute.
Does he have a girlfriend?
He had a girlfriend.
Are we sure it just wasn't him dressed up as a woman?
No, he had a girlfriend, but according to Jack's AMA, he is currently single.
Oh, and ready to mingle?
Man, I feel like we need like a teen beat magazine for esports.
Or some sort of esports Tinder.
I don't know if we need that.
Could you imagine how amazing it would be, though?
It would be one girl.
Exactly. Think about how many times people would swipe. Is left? Is
the poor girl?
Is the good way left?
I don't know. I've actually never used
Neither
Tinder.
have I.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, we're married, so I would understand.
I would be a disaster on Tinder.
I feel like I would either be a rock star or just an absolute nightmare.
I would be a disaster for two reasons. One, I'm terrible at typing on my phone. And two, I really prefer to communicate via animated GIF, and I think that might put some people off.
I don't know. I feel like that would be a winner.
You think so?
I would date you.
Well, the problem is that if it is a winner, that sets the bar so high when the date becomes a real life in-person date.
And then they see it's you?
I can't compete with that.
It's immediate disappointment.
I can't compete with online Ryan. He's so charming, and he knows just what to say and just what GIF to post.
Sad face.
Yeah.
So there were games.
I don't believe you.
There were games played this week.
You get right out of town.
I know, right? Some of them you wouldn't have realized based on watching them. Which is why we picked one.
Yeah.
And really try to key on it. And kind of a game of the week, if you will. It's like with sports like bah, 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 bah. This is where you'd get the NFL
dun
music.
dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. So whatever. So the game of the week that we picked was first place Echo Fox versus worst place CLG.
I'm sorry.
What?
That just that music intro bit was just.
You like it? It was so spot on.
Bum bum. All right, whatever.
You love that. It was great.
It was great.
Now we have it recorded, so you can just listen to it whenever you want. You should make it your ringer.
Yeah. The magic of post production.
That's where the real magic happens. Some say
it really is.
Some say it's in the bedroom. It's in post production.
It definitely is.
So this game, going into it, was probably not considered a game of the week candidate. Only because it was 4-0 Echo Fox versus 1-3 CLG. A CLG team who had looked real bad in just about every game they played at this point. And an Echo Fox team that when they were down didn't give up. So it was like it was a meeting of two teams that couldn't have been any different from each other. So far CLG has had trouble closing out games or, having any meaningful team fights against top squads. And a win in this game would, have put them right on track.
To be fair to CLG, though, everyone has trouble closing out games this season.
No, I agree.
That's just part of it now.
Right. But Echo Fox is kind of quite the opposite. They've kind of had trouble early on, and then they
definitely have trouble closing out games.
What's up?
They definitely have trouble closing out games.
I disagree because I feel like when they were down, they didn't have trouble closing out the game because they came back and finished it.
Yeah, twice. Like 40 minutes later.
I didn't say that they were close. They're having trouble early on, it sounds like then.
If you're a team that is good at closing out games, your games don't last until 90 minutes.
That's America, man. I don't know what to tell you. All the games are fucking
do everything big. We got big game times.
Yeah.
We got big teams.
Regardless,
we got
though,
big players.
Regardless, Echo Fox has been doing all the right things. They're squashing the lesser talented teams and not giving up against the teams that they're supposed to be on par with. They've come back from ridiculous odds, aka 10,000 plus gold down.
Mm-hmm.
So at 4-0 at the time of the game, they were in the driver's seat, and I think this was a total trap game.
A trap game.
A trap game. You know what I mean by say that?
Oh, like they were setting traps for each other.
No, that's not at all.
The game secretly had a dick.
No, that's just no.
No, not that kind of trap.
What a trap game is you look at your schedule.
Uh-huh.
And at this point, going into week 3, Echo Fox is 4-0, and they see that they have CLG who's 1-3. They're looking past CLG because they're like, okay, CLG, they're 1-3. They've struggled mightily. Even in the game they won, they didn't look great in. So who do we have after CLG? It's a trap game because you're looking past a team that while they're playing poorly, they're a team that can beat you. When they put it together, they have all the talent to do so. Ergo.
So in a way, it is kind of like they have a secret dick.
I guess. I don't know what that even means.
It's a metaphoric dick.
It's no.
Yeah, no?
I don't know what it is. It's this has nothing to do with dicks though, but it was I think it was a trap game because they were looking past, you're looking past CLG and their 1-3 record, and that's a big mistake because CLG is, regardless of their record, I think still a good squad.
Yeah, they are a team that is put together.
Yeah. So
it's a very Perd Hapley quote. CLG is an esports team, and they have players.
And they play esports.
No, they have some heavy hitters there. I don't think you can ever underestimate them.
I think they also still have good synergy because they kept most of their team.
Yeah.
Between Stixay and Hui and adding Rainover and having Darshan.
Zion Spartan.
Teacher calls him that. And, Biofrost is their new support. So, yeah, I think they had a good team. But anyhow, so pick bans, CLG nabbed Zoe, and they also picked Nunu, which everyone was like, oh Nunu.
It's that new hotness.
Yeah, well, because they're playing on 8-2, and he hadn't been, stealth nerfed yet. Because
I think he'd been hot fixed.
Had he been hot fixed at that point, though?
Yeah, because the Nunu patch wasn't really a patch; it was a hot fix.
Oh, okay. Because I remember they made him super powerful.
No,
but the big thing is they were looking at Echo Fox's their team, their picks. They put Dardoch on his comfort pick Gragas because he's a Gragas main, loves Gragas,
loves the
Gragas. They had Alltech on Tristana, and Huni was on a Kleptomancy Gangplank. Now, Tristana and Gangplank have been played, I think, in every single game, just about.
Yeah. Tristana has a pretty good win rate on the pro circuit.
And also, when you look at that team, Tristana, Gangplank, you've got some late game, and then Rise was in the mid. You have some late game,
heavy hitters.
Yeah, kind of a little bit of a horror show if you're letting it go long.
Which makes sense. Currently, all games go to the late game.
Well, yeah, there is no such thing as a... Although, in week 1, TSM did get beaten by, I think it was 100 Thieves. in under 30 minutes.
As much as I love that happened, we don't count outliers in our statistics.
Yeah,
our very official scientific statistics.
No, I know. I agree. We send it to the official Tower Dive Statistical Academy, and they send us back some serious metrics.
Yeah, they use real life people calculators.
Stacks of papers.
None of those computer gadgetry nonsense.
Sabermetrics all over the place.
All over. They got that long paper where you can rip the dots off the sides.
Yeah, the printer paper from a dot matrix.
That's what we use.
Yeah, it's that green and lighter green paper. You know,
they got big ledgers with thick brads.
QED reports. So, you know, they pick them up and they, you know, and we're going through them, and it's just, you know, it's a lot.
All very official.
It's all very official. It's
beautiful.
It's really great. Really, really great.
You've never seen statistics like these before.
No, they're the best statistics.
Nobody's ever seen the statistics.
No, very rarely do people see statistics such as these. So the game. What I liked about this game is I've been noticing a trend that early on, in some cases, upwards close to 15 minutes, we're having games where there may not even be a kill yet.
Yeah.
And that's a really shitty, boring trend.
Yeah.
This one...
Well...
What? Go on.
I was thinking some of these games where the kills are real close, sometimes going a long time without a kill can be very exciting.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like you're waiting, you know, it's the anticipation of waiting for it to happen. But in some cases when like, yeah, you're like, when's it going to happen? When's it going to break? Where are we going? So yeah. Oh, also the big deal was CLG with Nunu, and then they had Stixay was on Callista. So you're like between between Nunu's Smite, Consume, and Callista's Rend, you're talking like you're gonna blow up Baron. If they had Azir, Baron goes down in 2 seconds.
It's no more Baron.
But
Baron go bye bye.
Yeah, but Azir was banned. So anywho though, so this was not one of those games where we took a long time for the first kill, because at 4:24, boom, first blood.
Nailed it.
Loved it. Dardoch ganked Hui. Phoenix popped up, or Phoenix, Dardoch shot over the wall that was above mid tower. Just could not. He had no chance. Just blew him up. It was great. It was brilliant. It was beautiful, wonderful play.
Gorgeous. Wish you were here.
Right after that though, Reign over Solo's Infernal Drake. What was it called? Echo Fox tried to collapse on him. Flashes out. And the game was kind of that for a while. You know, there were ganks in top where there was a lot of unrequited killing. Like, like almost kills. We had a lot
There seemed to be a big focus top lane.
Yeah, there was. Well, I think because Huni is super aggressive. So I think a lot of times they're trying to catch him off balance. And I think a lot of the aggression comes from him. So Dardoch would be up there helping him because of how aggressive he is. You know what I mean? It's like a bully situation. But it was definitely, there was a lot of business happening in top lane, but a lot of not kills and almost kills and guys getting away with like, barely any help with slivers of health. But yeah, so the first tower goes to CLG. The second, by 14 minutes, CLG's already got 2 dragons in. And they're
it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, exactly. But they're dominating the vision and just controlling dragon and controlling just important markers. Although Echo Fox did get the only Rift Herald, but I don't even recall them using it.
Rift Herald?
Yeah, I don't actually recall them using Rift Herald in the game. Now that I think about it,
they only use the Rift Kumar.
Only no Rift Roll, only Rift Kumar.
How has that joke not been said yet? Because how long has Herald been out? I feel like that's long overdue.
Since last season, wasn't it?
Well overdue.
Yeah.
For the Rift Herald and Rift Kumar joke.
I will say this: the game was really a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a very good game, but there was not a lot of moments where you had these huge team fights and people getting wiped out.
Yeah, every team fight in this game started off as like a very small skirmish.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of backing
escalating until there was like 3 kills.
But there wasn't even a lot of those 3 kill moments. And there was a lot of backing out. Okay, we're gonna retreat to your corners. Like Adrian died. All right, everyone back up.
I think that's how Echo Fox likes to play their team fights, though. In most of their games, you see them engaging and then disengaging and then engaging until it can kind of turn in their favor.
Right.
In this case, CLG did a really great job of not letting them disengage and at least getting 1 pick off these small skirmishes.
Right. I will say this, by 3rd dragon that CLG got, they were double win dragons. So you're talking, you have a Nunu that when he blood boils is just literally sprinting around the map.
You got the fastest Yeti alive.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. He's just like
blood boil taps into the speed force.
Oh my god, yeah, just blowing through things, like just running by people. Like, what was that? Just running past people.
Was that a Yeti?
Was that a Yeti with a little man on top of him? That was weird. The first real team fight was around Baron, and I think Darshan came out with a double kill. He killed Adrian and Dardoch. And then Hui killed Altek. Actually, there was a really great moment in that fight, now that I remember that. So CLG absolutely wrecked Echo Fox in this fight. But, Echo Fox whittled him down. But there was a moment where Phoenix had no health. He was the last person alive. Mm-hmm. And they missed.
Well, even before that, Phoenix botched his Zanya's ult combo on Rise. He blew it.
Right.
Tried to get out of there and he couldn't.
Right, but what I'm saying is the best part about it was he had like no health and they didn't kill him and he killed Rise right, he killed Hui right before he died. It was a great moment. Mm-hmm. It's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
It's fun seeing that amount of choking and then picking up something out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Fuck
right.
it,
we're
doing it
down,
live.
I'm taking you with me. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But then CLG did get Baron off of that eventually, I believe, like a minute and a half later. But yeah, then, it was kind of back and forth again, a little bit here, a little bit there. There was a weird moment where there was a fight happening and Darshan didn't TP into it. Instead, he decided to stay in bottom lane to take the inhibitor tower.
Mm-hmm.
And the announcers were kind of questioning that because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that he only got that tower, and I think Echo Fox got 2 kills.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was 2 kills and Baron for an inhibitor tower.
Totally worth it.
That did not seem worth it to me.
Totes worth.
Yeah, totes worth. Tower dive, totes worth. But really, though, that Baron didn't matter because in less than 3 minutes, the game was over.
So the Baron did matter.
No, Echo Fox had it and lost.
Might have been 5 minutes. Oh, sorry.
Echo Fox took Baron. Then there was a fight over Elder Drake, and this was the last team fight. Elder Drake's happening. There's that poke. You have the dance around it, and then all of a sudden, Dardoch dies. So it's like, oh no, we don't have our smite anymore. And Stixay goes fucking off. It's like, Dardoch's dead.
He pulls out his secret dick.
Yeah. It's like, boom, Dardoch's dead. Let's get him. Boom, Adrian's dead. Boom, Hooney's dead. Then like the chase is on. It's like, are we gonna get a penta? Are we gonna get a penta? So then Altek and Phoenix are like, nope, we're going left and I'm going right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the funny part is that fucking Stixay didn't even get either of them.
Well,
Hui ended up getting both of them.
Sharing is caring. That's what they say.
I just don't think he was able to get to it in time.
Nah.
So then, and all the while that was happening, then Rain overtook Elder Drake, and it was just steamroll. They spawn, game over. CLG wins.
GG.
CLG wins. 39 minutes 28 seconds for their second win of the season.
It's a good way to start off the week.
I mean, it was an entertaining game. Like I said, it wasn't the greatest game I watched, but it was entertaining because it was never boring.
Right.
It was never like, oh my god, but it was never boring, and that was.
It's a game you probably don't fall asleep to.
Right. I don't, because there was always something happening. I mean, if you look the breakdown of when things were happening, the milestones in the game, when there were kills, when objectives were taken, when towers were taken, when there were team fights, it really spreads out throughout the entire game. there was never a really long point when you had a serious, like 7 or 8 minute lull. Unlike other games.
Unlike lots of other games.
Unlike lots of other games this season. I wonder how they're going to do they even want to make the games more exciting? And it's because I think a more exciting game is a faster game.
That's usually the correlation.
Right.
Although there have been long, exciting games.
Right.
But usually around 40 minutes, it gets a little tired.
Well, you start to get stale because then you're getting a lot of turtling, a lot of...
Yeah. It's rotating into the Baron pit.
Right.
Okay, that didn't work out.
You do the Baron
back
dance.
To base.
Yeah.
Back to Baron pit.
Right. The dance. A lot
that
of
gets a little dry.
A lot of dropping a ward, killing a ward. That ward gets killed, you have to drop it again. You have to kill their ward, back and forth, back and forth. That.
Oh, I got caught. I died. GG.
Oh, exactly. And then that happens. It's like, oh, sweet, good. This game is over. I don't have to watch it anymore.
Next game.
Next game. So I thought that was, like I said, I enjoyed that game. I think, like I said, the reason I chose it as the game of the week is because it had a little of everything. Some good team fighting, some solid rotation, some good mechanical play, little fun moments. It also had an underdog beating a juggernaut, so to speak.
It's interesting that you call Echo Fox the juggernaut just because they're on a tear.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what, you ride the hot hand. 4-0 team. That they're the best team in the game right now.
Yeah, I don't know. That makes them a juggernaut.
4-0, best team in the game right now. Can't argue with the results, man.
I can't argue with those results, no, but I can argue with the term used. I can argue semantics all day.
Sure, you can, but you're wrong because I can argue semantics as well. So how about that?
Whole point's moo.
Cash me outside.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I went back there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Right? Gross.
Could smell that one from here.
I feel dirty.
That was worse than the Rift Herald and Kumar.
I feel dirty if they're saying that.
You should.
I do. But then again, maybe I don't.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows in this weird world of internet?
In this mad world that we live in.
Speaking of mad world, what are you mad about?
What am I mad about? No, I want to know what you're mad about. I'm mad about everything. I'm always
mad about you.
The fun. See, that's always. the my secret is I'm always angry.
You're always angry?
Yeah. But we had a little conversation earlier this week.
Yeah, I think this is kind of I think we've reached the point in esports where we can ditch the net handles. We can ditch the usernames. We can ditch being called,
Use your example.
Dildoing.
Use your
pastry
example.
time is my least favorite right now.
Pastry time.
Pastry time. This is a grown man.
Grown ass man.
On television, kind of. Who's being called pastry time. Might as well call him like cake butt. Doesn't matter.
Cake butt.
Just go by Greg. Or what's his name? What's his real name? Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I'm overreacting. Yeah. I don't even know his real name. Someone tell me his real name. Producers.
I will. Producers. Julian.
See, just go by Julian. That's okay. That's a good name.
Call him Jules.
Go by Jules. J.
Julie.
Okay.
He's Australian.
Still a step up from pastry time.
Yeah, still better.
Freak man, hang it up. You're just David.
Follow Darshan's example.
Yeah, I think that's what Darshan Apollo had it right before he changed.
Well, to be fair, Apollo's name was much cooler than his actual in-game name.
Okay, go by your last name. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
I don't know if sometimes people want them to know their last names, although you will.
Guys,
anyway.
I think it's time to hang up the ridiculous names and just go with your name. You have billion-dollar industry people.
I will say
investing in your team.
I will say this. I'll play devil's advocate for a moment. I will say this. I have less of a problem with the players using it, but I have more of a problem with the casters using it.
Absolutely. That's not playing devil's advocate because I agree with you.
Okay, well, I thought I was, but apparently I'm not.
No. So I still think everybody should hang it up. I think it's time to rebrand.
Well, I think the problem is when you get into the Korean players and a lot of them have like similar names.
That's fine.
And I think it would be difficult to like if you're just hearing it, you're like, oh wait, who?
That's fine. We'll get used to it. We'll figure it out. Everyone's name is Park. Who cares?
It's racist.
It's a pretty common Korean name.
Whatever. But no, I don't disagree with you. Like I said, to an extent, I don't necessarily mind the players having them. I mind it when their names are really dumb.
Yes.
Like maybe if you have a really stupid sounding name, they make you change it to something less stupid, or you have to use your name. It's like your choice is you have to change your name to something not dumb, or you have to use your name.
I think that it should be everyone changes their name
or
to at least a name, maybe not their name, but someone's name.
Like Matt.
Like Matt.
Matt's name is Matt. But what if he called himself Jeff?
That's fine.
Oh, what was that? Was that European player who had that name like that? Steve.
Yeah.
His name was not Steve.
Right.
Something like that.
I think it's time, though. When you have one of the most well-funded NBA teams vested into your E-League, your esports people, just go by your last name. Go with whatever's on your W-2.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You're not signing it Zion Spartan.
No. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Time to shut it down.
Time to just
make a big video about it.
No.
Throw your old jersey in the trash.
Stop making big.
Pick up a new jersey out of the closet.
Stop making big videos about it.
You could even meme a little bit. Sneaky can be in your closet that you pull your new jersey out of.
Yeah. You know what? You know what my moment of anger is, at least in this current time.
What's that?
And this is kind of this is something I think I've spoken about ad nauseum to a point, but stop. And I'm talking to you,
me
community. No, not you. You community. Stop.
You would never yell at me.
I would be the first person to yell at you. Stop defending dumb things.
I'm gonna need an example.
Stop defending Loco Doco. That's
I don't. That's like saying stop defending Harvey Weinstein.
Right, but I'm just saying I'm not limiting it to
stop defending Bill Cosby.
But I'm just saying no, I don't mean just stop defending Loco Doco. I'm just saying you asked for an example of someone defending something dumb.
That's a good one.
But people do it all the time. Like, things are said, things are done. People defend how LS treats people and he's like, oh man, because he's smart and knows the game. Well, that doesn't give him a right to be a pompous fuckbag to people that are paying him.
Yeah, there's no license to douchebaggery.
Yeah, no.
Here.
You know what? Pay it forward, man.
Right?
Pay it forward.
Be nice to the people around you.
Be cool. That's what's really cool.
Wouldn't it be great if you could go to like the post office and while you're filling out your passport paperwork, you fill out your license to douchebag paperwork?
I feel like I should be the one to give them out.
You got to pass the test.
I feel like I'm the one who has to give the test.
What's the test?
If I told you, it'd be too easy for you to pass.
What's on the douchebag test?
What's on the douche? I mean, I have to probably put some serious thought into it.
Do you have the requisite amount of hair gel?
No, that's not being a douchebag. That's you just.
Are you wearing the right height socks?
I think it's more, do you use the right amount of sarcasm, and is your sarcasm placement on point?
What scent of body spray do you use?
Nobody uses body spray anymore.
People use body spray.
Nobody uses body spray anymore. People that want to be douchebags and aren't use body spray.
Well, they haven't passed the test yet.
They'll never pass the test either because wearing body spray fails you.
Oh, wow. Secret.
You
got the inside track now.
Now you guys know. Now I have to change the test.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so just stop defending. Stop defending when somebody writes a manifesto. Oh, this definitely needed to happen. No, it didn't. It never did.
I don't think a manifesto has ever needed to happen. Ever.
No one has ever needed to do a manifesto, and less of it needs to be defended. But
also, if you're gonna write it, get someone to proofread it.
Yeah, you know what? Also,
someone that's not your mom.
Also, someone that's not the same age as you.
That too.
Maybe someone who's a little bit older and who knows how to write stuff.
And that might have went to college.
And can read at a college
but like
level.
an okay college, like a state school, not really.
It doesn't need to be like Harvard. It could be,
no.
DeVry.
Well, let's raise the bar a little bit higher.
Okay, maybe not DeVry. But definitely
not. Get a proofreader from Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely not Phoenix Online. Not from Phoenix Online.
They don't know how to spell. They put E on the end of tomato.
Yeah, right? Fucking clowns. What do they know? What do they know? Also, I because if we hold off on this, we're never going to get to talk about it, and I kind of want to talk about it, at least a little short blurb.
Okay.
So Annie Origins had come out, and we talked about it last show because they teased it, and we finally got the video. No
one cares anymore because the Dragon Master swear.
Which I roll my eyes super hard at.
Sorry.
Hold on, wait. I am on camera. Okay, I rolled my eyes. That's right. I was like, I am on camera. I can roll my eyes, and you can see it. So what did you think of Annie Origins?
It was spooky, I guess. It was fine. I think people are overthinking it grossly.
Well, I mean, come on. That's what happens.
Yeah. It was good. It was stylized. That mom's a real piece of work.
I thought it was a little too stylized.
I didn't. I thought it was interesting. I like the swatchy paints.
No,
it was very
I liked
Canadian.
it. I liked it, but I feel like it got a little muddy at times.
Nah.
But I know I saw where they were going with it, so it was okay.
It was good.
I think the biggest issue that I took from it, like the problem that I took from it, is her adoptive sister's name is Daisy.
Yes.
And now
that's poor writing.
Yeah. And now all of the people are like, oh, it's the same. It's Ivern. It's Daisy's. It's Ivern's Daisy. It's Daisy. That's her. Her soul, when she died, went into the spirit of a fucking rock. And now, although in Ivern's backstory, it doesn't say anything about that.
No. In fact, he found a golem.
Yeah.
Golem?
Yeah, it was golem.
Picked a pebble, and used it as a heart. New heart.
But
or the golem
so then people are breaking down
the pebble quote unquote
Ivern
baby heart?
Oh, no, Ivern would definitely refer to a child as a pebble. What?
Yes.
What?
Obviously,
because you're inside his head.
It's not like he was a person before. He was something before.
He was something.
He's not some dummy in the forest. He knows stuff.
He's definitely not something now.
I guess. Now he's the mother of a dead child, father of a dead child.
Right? It's just weird.
People think way too hard. And I think if you're going to make a film short about lore, you should at least run the screenplay past the lore department. Maybe.
Also, I mean, so Ivern has to have his lore changed, doesn't he?
Obviously. Daisy can't be Daisy anymore unless you spell it with a Z.
Yeah, or with an EY.
Yeah, that's all they have to do, actually. They don't have to change shit.
Yeah,
just change how they spell
Done.
Daisy.
Look, we solved it for you. Riot, I don't even charge you for that one. You guys can. Yeah. That's on the house. That one's on Tower Dive.
You're welcome.
You guys can have it.
You get the name of our podcast, and you get that.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to steal that.
Can't steal that. You can't take Tower Dive. It's too magical.
Those sons of bitches on the dive.
What even is Tower Dive? You can't capture it. It's ethereal.
Yeah, man. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all
bigger
of us.
Than us.
It's there. You can't take it because we own it. Motherfucker. But I think I feel good about this. How do you feel about this?
I don't feel good about the Annie screenplay, but I do feel good about this episode of Tower Dive.
Nobody should feel good about the Annie screenplay.
Yeah. And in all honesty, they probably shouldn't feel great about this episode of Tower Dive.
Well, whatever. Listen, you can't bring me down. I'm not going to be brought down with your negativity. But what I would prefer is for, if you people out there like what you hear here. If you're like if you like what you hear over here, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/towerdive. And if you have a couple of spare bucks, maybe you throw us $1 or $2. I promise you, it'll be worth it.
Also, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. It really helps out.
I'm pointing at them. Boop.
You're pointing at iTunes right now?
I'm pointing at the bottom of the screen because that's where the stuff is. Because when they say, smash that like button.
Love it.
That they say that stuff. Also, check us out on Twitter @TowerDivePC. I promise every once in a while we will say something that is interesting.
Or at least make you breathe through your nose like you're laughing.
Right. That move.
Oh my God.
That move. Although I had a good tweet the other day, and it did get
You promoting your own tweet?
I am. Well, our tweet. It was a tweet from us.
Uh-huh.
But it got liked a lot. I didn't like
good.
it, but other people did.
Yeah, you sound like a real rube right now.
I am a real rube, and you know what? Whatever. Self-promotion. Shameless. I have no shame. I've had it beaten out of me. Beaten out of me with a switch.
I thought it was rulers. I thought nuns used rulers.
Fuck. Why do you have a nun beating me?
Didn't you go to Catholic school?
Like 100 years ago.
Yeah, you are 100 years old, so that makes sense.
No, I'm not 100 years old. I'm
Debatable.
eternal. All
right.
And that is the end of our show.
Captain Graybush, Pan the Man.
Pan the old man.
Signing off.
Check you later.
Bye-bye.